Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
And I'm Office Bloke Max.
We are just two of us today. If Patreon's your thing, check out the link in the description below. There's loads of stuff on there. Help support the channel. Starts at a bargain price of just £1.50. As Mike would say, £1.50. Yeah, check it out if you. There's loads of stuff on there. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. One of your mates.
Oh, here we go.
From when you went on his island, right?
Yeah.
That island hop you went on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, it's,
I think you can just start with
it's just
Epstein.
Yeah, it's one of them stories where I don't know. We kind of all know what happened. Everybody knows what's happened, right? Everybody.
Without being specifically told, you know what's happened.
And
no one believed it when it first came out.
I think what's going on at the moment where people are sort of like saying, is it something where they've looked at it and thought, there ain't actually much we've got here, you know, or is it sort of like, you know, has it been overhyped, number one? Yeah. And it's really boiling down to, there ain't really much we've got to show. And there's so many NDAs that is anyone going to talk?
God, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when it all comes to, I don't know who sues who. If someone breaks that NDA,
It'd just be a circle.
So who sues who though? Because he's dead.
Unless Maxwell gets involved, maybe. I know
but she's in prison, so we're at all her rights should go. She's serving 20 years.
True, but she has been mentioned. Like she has some sort of statement about it.
Yeah, I always thought she was going to sing when she went in jail. Yeah, I thought she'd start giving it out and saying, if you put me away for 20 years, I'm going to start talking.
Well, was she? Did she go down after Epstein died? Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because it's obviously since the whole. I think was it Trump that went, oh, there's no, or was it just a government?
Yeah, well, Bondi said the list was on her desk, and now they're saying there's no list.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of, there's been this black book and things like that. So there's something.
Why? I mean, Epstein. I mean, it says here Epstein couldn't have killed himself. I just don't think he killed himself neither.
It wouldn't make any sense.
No, there's too much evidence pointing towards the cameras going off. No one checking on him. There's loads of shit.
Is he skilled enough to make? He was found hanging, wasn't it? That was the thing. So is that the way you'd go if you were to?
I don't know. This is News Nation. I don't know anything about News Nation. I don't really know anything like that. But let's see what it says. This is Epstein couldn't have killed himself. So he's an inmate held in the same cell. So let's see.
Okay, I'm joined now by someone, and this is interesting, with intimate knowledge of the very jail cell Epstein died in. Michael Francis, he was a capo for the Colombo crime family in the 1980s. He served time in the exact cell where Epstein was later held. Michael, welcome back to the program. Tell us about that.
Sorry, pause button.
We know this guy.
We know Michael.
We know Michael Francis. Look at him with his plaques in the background.
I know, right? It's kind of like, I know, right? It's funny, isn't it?
Come on, mate.
It's kind of like saying, I know how to kill people because I stayed in Fred West's house.
Yeah, exactly.
I lived in Fred West's house.
Listen, I drove by the moors, so I know what Ian Brady's up to.
Yeah. I mean, you can say it's a cell. What is it going to be? 16 by 8 foot or whatever. You know what I mean? Just with a bed in the side.
So, yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Cell, and what do you make of these revelations that there is a minute missing from the surveillance video, Michael?
Well, listen, I spent 7 months on that tier and in those cells. And the first thing I have to say, there's no way you are able to commit suicide. There's just no way. There's no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from the bed. You'd have to be a midget and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you can accomplish it at that point. As far as the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison. And I haven't experienced cameras being broken in the perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells.
Not one of the highest profile guys as well.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they're walking past you and looking in the cell constantly. So I've said this from day one. I do not believe it was suicide. I can't talk about what happened to him, but I don't believe it was a suicide because you just couldn't physically do it. It would be almost impossible to do it. So that's number one.
It must be interesting, Michael. When you look at the video, though, it must be interesting because you know the area. I mean, we all look at this and it just looks like a prison, but this must look very familiar to you.
Absolutely, very familiar. And the fact that a minute is missing. Look, everything around this guy, I just did a very deep dive into him, which I'll be releasing on my platform in the next several days. Look, there's no way that this person operated alone. Look, they have the videos. Alan Dershowitz recently said that he saw the client list But because there's people that he can't, because he's an attorney, he can't, reveal what he saw. But he said he saw the client list. He's demanding that it be released. To think that there's no flight logs, that there's no client list, that the thousands of recordings that they had, because I found out for sure that he had cameras on every bedroom, recording everything. And all of a sudden, all of it is gone. I mean, none of this makes sense. And look, the only reason it's important, it's not that anybody's trying to say, come on, this guy was a creep. And there was young women involved in this, young girls that were trafficked and abused. I have 5 daughters and I have granddaughters, and I just don't like it. And anybody that's involved in this should be held accountable. I recently interviewed Paul Hutchinson, who was, a major figure in the Sound of Freedom. He was one of the ones that went to rescue, I think, 51 or 52 of these young girls and young boys that were being exploited and trafficked. I mean, this has got to stop. And if these people are not held accountable, it's just going to continue. And unfortunately, it seems like it's people with power and money. It seems that, from what my investigation, that this Les Wexner was the first one that Epstein was able to bribe. And, there's a lot of stuff here that needs to come out, and it's really shameful if it doesn't. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But as far as the jail cell, way there was a
Yeah, I want to go back to the jail cell because you lived in that jail cell. And just real quick, again, tell me, would you have the privacy in that jail cell to take your own life?
Not only would you not have the privacy, I don't understand how you would be able to do it. You have to hang yourself from something. There's nothing on the ceiling that you can hang a bed sheet on. The bed is not that high. I mean, you have to try to lay down on the floor in some way because Jeffrey Epstein was a fairly big guy. You'd have to be a midget to even try to hang yourself. So it's not a question of not only are there cameras on are the COs walking the tier constantly, especially from what I understand, Jeffrey Epstein was on suicide watch for a while. They watch you very, very closely. Trust me on that. So I just can't buy it. I cannot buy it. I'm sorry. And I have no horse in this race other than my experience and the fact that I just couldn't see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming on tonight, Michael. We appreciate your perspective, especially as someone who's been in that exact cell. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you for...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But he's right. It's just one of the most bizarre cases where one of the most high-profile... I've got this thing about, we've got massive issues over here with grooming gangs.
Oh, God, it's ridiculous.
And we've got massive... We just found out yesterday a super injunction was cancelled yesterday, which they hid from us for 2 years or 3 years, whatever it was, which was another crazy sort of thing that's happening.
I can't believe you can do that in the first place.
No, me neither, but there's also talks of other super injunctions that may be out there now because there's a lot of people that are being accused of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's definitely been one politician that's been sacked or taken out of the front line, and they reckon he holds some serious information. They reckon there's a super injunction on him as well. But I think these are the same sort of issues where they're hiding so many people, but it only comes to light. We had it with Jimmy Savile, where it only came to light after he passed away. Cyril Smith, there was loads of them where they come to light after they pass away, and it's kind of brushed under the carpet now. It's he's dead. We wish we'd have known this at the time, and everyone's going, well, you did know about it at the time because everyone was telling you. You just decided you didn't do shit about it.
Well, the Savile stuff was just a joke. He died, 2009, 2010, something like that. And then you see afterwards, I think, I've watched quite a few documentaries on that, and you see the producer go, oh, there was no way he was a weird guy. I would never have seen it. And you go, have you ever seen it?
Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols called him out on one of the shows. He said he's a nonce. So right on the show, he said it out clear, and he said he needs to be looked at, and everyone just went, hey, yeah.
Oh, it's just strange.
There was loads of them that came forward, sort of thing, and I think this is similar to one to that, where people will come. You got Mohammed Al Fayed from Harrods. If people are not sure who he is, he's another one he passed away. Now everything's coming out that he was a sex pest as well.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, but we all knew what happened. We all knew what happened when they were alive. No one did shit all about it. Yeah, and it's kind of the same as this. I know
why are they waiting? Unless there's an injunction until they pass away.
I'm thinking it's someone who's really, really senior. And once they pass away, then it might open up. But someone's pulling the strings somewhere, or it may be a group of people that wants to know. We might find this out in 30, 40 years when the bulk of the people have all gone, sort of thing. But there's definitely something there being hidden. And us, daft public, no one gives a shit about us.
No, of
But
course.
it's just hidden away, and people have been trafficked, people have been abused, and it's all been brushed under the carpet until someone says, "You know what? I'm going to come out and go. This is what it is. He was there, she was there, he was there, she was there. Do whatever you want." Whether they get that far with it before that person gets bumped,
Yeah, absolutely.
or potentially bumped. It's threats made. I don't know. Allegedly bumped. Yeah. But it's I don't know. It's just a very, very bizarre story. Where if they're saying there's nothing there, release everything then. If there's nothing, then we'll decipher it all. Let a professional go, put an inquiry in place and let someone in an inquiry expose what's there.
Yeah.
Dig deep.
It's like, is it how the government can also hold files back for like 50 years and then they release
it's different in the USA, don't they? Because they seal them, don't they? It's like sealed.
It's like the JFK event stuff just came out, I think, end of last year.
Some of it did, yeah.
Was it some of it?
I don't think it was all. I don't think it was all unsealed, as they said. But we have inquiries over here.
Yeah.
And it's when the inquiry comes about, it's like you look who's the head of the inquiry, and you think nothing's going to change it. It's going to be the same shit. You're involved in it, sort of thing.
Yeah, the head of the police department has inquired.
Yeah, and one of the grooming gangs this time has exposed loads and said this is what needs to be done, and it's sort of like took off and it's gone sort of like it's got big memento at the moment, and there will be a lot of people exposed on that, hopefully.
You'd hope, but I think the main thing is because a lot of people, especially working class people, will think, more needs to be done. And they'll believe that people are trying to be done. If things wanted to happen, they would happen. If they wanted to release stuff, they would release it.
It's not, you think it was the most outspoken person from Jeffrey Epstein's island so far?
What, in terms of
being trafficked and being abused, and one of them?
It was that girl, I believe.
Virginia Guthrie.
Yeah,
right.
I believe so.
So she got paid out by Prince Andrew, or the royal estate paid her out 12 million quid for doing nothing because nothing was going on. Right, so he's paid her 12 million quid.
Can't sweat as well, by the way.
That's not me. But it wasn't me, but there's 12 million quid.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't give me 12 million quid because it wasn't me neither.
Yeah.
Right? Sort of thing. He didn't give me that. And he didn't give anyone else that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know where she is now?
Yeah.
Dead.
Is she? Did she die in there?
In a car crash in Australia.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
In a bus crash or somewhere, a car crash. The bus hit her car and she died.
I still remember when that...
And I believe she wrote a note as well saying that I'm not on suicide watch. I'm not ready to commit suicide. If I die, it ain't through me doing it.
Would you see the amount of people now that do it? I think Diddy did it where he got put Diddy did it on the on suicide watch, and he's like, no, I'm not suicidal in any way. Yeah. And like I think Ghislaine Maxwell did it as well with like, listen, I'm not going to kill myself in here because of the stuff that happened with Epstein, and people are going to try and maybe kill people.
You always think that someone who might be able to pay that kind of money to get someone exposed. Like a news outlet comes out and says, "Give us the exclusive, and we'll pay you X amount of money."
Yeah.
And then money talks at the end of the day. But it depends on what they've got in the NDAs and how much they were worth. Whether it'd be worth more than getting that. I think people might be interested in to know if someone was to sing about Epstein or for another one Diddy or for what we've got going on over here with the politicians and stuff like that. Someone will talk if they can. But again, you're up against some serious criminality where people will do away with you.
Absolutely.
Well, you've got a lot of risk.
It's the fear factor of it all as well, because you just don't know who
No.
is sort of keeping tabs on you, because it could be someone, it could be our government that want to.
We've got it over here with the BBC where they're just rife with sort of like shit like that.
Oh God, it's ridiculous.
We've got another one recently, and I saw a girl being interviewed, and she says, they told me that if I go and talk to somebody, they would never invite me back. And I'm like, what's more important then? You going to talk to them about it, or you coming back and furthering your career?
Yeah.
Because now you've furthered your career, now you're moaning about it. Should have moaned about it at the time. And took whatever it was. I get people sometimes are scared to come forward. I 100% understand that. And they're a bit embarrassed sometimes as well.
But making the choice to selfishly go for your career over exposing people like this.
All the BBC keeps saying is, "Oh, we're sorry." I'm like, it's not good enough. You can't just say sorry all the time.
The Savile stuff was ridiculous. They were like, "Oh, how sorry?" He was right under our nose. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Greg Wallace has just had 89 charges or something. 89 cases put against him. 49 have been upheld or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like crazy numbers. I'm like, what? No one else has been seeing this.
Yeah, exactly.
It took all this for one person to come out, for 80 odd people to come out.
Well, like the Schofield stuff as well. When Philip Schofield, he was I don't know if they'll know. Our American viewers, he's just like a host of a morning show.
He's a Ryan Seacrest of
exactly.
Of Britain.
And he
was.
I remember hearing in like 2017 about a sixth form kid. So he came out as gay, and then that was the big story. He was married with a few kids, and then came out as gay, and then out of nowhere he's been with an 18-year-old at the time, and suddenly he's a disgrace, and then he was like, there was a massive parade on. Do you remember the media circus of him doing interviews like, I think people really want me dead and things like that. You go, fucking give it a rest. It's so embarrassing. I think he's done a show recently. Like,
I don't care. I couldn't care less if
Exactly.
couldn't care less about him. And it's the same as these people. It's one of them where I'm just like, someone needs to come out and expose what it is. Get it all out for us, general public, to see what we're up and see what we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
I think there's too much.
What's being hidden.
I think there's too much there for the public to handle it, genuinely.
I think the whole world's gone mad.
I think
is what it is.
The fact that we're thinking this and it's still massively not been revealed.
Yeah.
So if we got released even 10% of everything they had, I think the world would go upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. It'd be interesting to get everyone's feedback. Keep it decent. Though. Don't be offensive. And,
Come on, don't be a dick.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, let us know what you think, and don't forget like and subscribe as well. And we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.